Hey everyone, it's Hannah, the Omaha Introvert. This is my first video of 2024, which is really weird. I haven't been here since like December 2023, so I mean, wow, that's my longest absence, and I certainly didn't anticipate that. So I just kind of want to keep the explanation short, where I've been and everything. So I was working 2 jobs for a while. That job I took last October just consumed me. It was terrible, and I can say all this now because I left that job in August. I just felt like I had to for my own sanity. So yeah, I wasn't even listening to music for like the first few months of this year. It put me like in this weird depressive funk. I don't know if you've ever experienced that before, but yeah, I was just stressed and thinking about the job all the time, and it just took me away from my hobbies. So that's when you know something's wrong. When you're not listening to music, you should probably try to change things up. But hey, if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're not new and you're still with me after all of this time, welcome back, and just thank you. I appreciate you so much for being patient. So I wanted to kind of come back with not a huge topic for a video or anything. I just kind of wanted to ease back into the whole YouTube process, and admittedly it is a whole operation doing YouTube, at least for me it is. Anyway, let's go. So we took 2 road trips to Colorado this year. The first time we went to Denver and Colorado Springs back in April, more specifically to attend the Rocky Mountain Record Show in Denver, and I was so disappointed because we went last August of 2023, and it was pretty rad then. Not this last time. The show is impressive in its size. It has 3 levels of records. However, I just haven't been this discouraged walking out of a record show before. I don't know if it was just Denver or what, but the prices were just so inflated that it was infuriating. Like when you see Talking Heads original records for $60 plus and consistently vendor across vendor, you know something is terribly wrong. So there was one vendor who had nothing labeled, but his whole table was like my bread and butter of what I gravitate towards musically. It was awesome. I'm talking like albums from The Church, the Charlatans, the Chameleons, just all these originals, and I pulled several of them out for him to price, and I wasn't expecting the prices he threw out at me to be so insane. Like many were higher than Discogs even, so I think that kind of just ruined the rest of the show for me. It kind of set the tone for the rest of the show, and it was such a bummer because I was just thinking of all the new collectors. Like if you are a new collector right now, you are definitely getting a bad deal with records, period. New, used, all of it. The prices are just so ridiculous. I just started noticing that even more so this year. Like, yes, they've been going up year after year, but this year was the year I just really noticed that, especially with the record show. Anyway, let's move on to the records finally, because like I said, or like I said in previous videos, I tend to jabber and ramble on and on. So this is why editing is such a chore for me. Anyway, this is Stiff Little Fingers' Hanks. This is the only record I picked up at the Rocky Mountain Record Show back in April. Yeah, 3 floors of records. This is all I walked out with. Crazy. Anyway, this is an essential live album. It's got the fire, it's got the energy, it's really dynamic. And I picked this up upon recommendation from this vinyl community, actually. So thank you so much for recommending Hanks. I believe this is my 4th Stiff Little Fingers piece in my collection now. So yeah, even if you're new, this is really a great place to start, honestly. It's a powerful live record. So this is on Chrysalis, and it wasn't the best shape either. I have this bad habit of sometimes not looking at the condition of records. If I'm at a record show or whatever, I'll just be like, yeah, I'll take that without looking at it. Don't be like me. You should check the condition always. But yeah, this one's got Nobody's Hero, Gotta Get Away, Alternative Ulster, of course, Johnny Was, that one's great, Suspect Device. Yeah, check that out. Thank you for the recommendation on that. Okay, so we went to Colorado Springs twice this year. Most recently, just a week ago for Chris's Air Force reunion. There is this beyond awesome store called Leech Pit Records in Colorado Springs. They also sell like vintage clothing, some vintage figurines and knickknacks and CDs. I am giving them a bit of a shout out here because I just thought their store was, yeah, just really wonderful. And so check out Leech Pit in Colorado Springs, and they gave me a few of their little stickers here. I thought those were kind of funny. So I got a bunch from Leech Pit, and I just want to run through them quickly. So this first one, Legal Weapon Interior Hearts. This is their third studio album. I have a reissue of their first, which I highly, highly recommend you start with if you're new. The reissue should be pretty easy to acquire still. I am still searching for Your Weapon, their second one. But anyway, I love Kat Arthur's voice. It's even kind of bluesy at times, but if you look at the back cover, it's kind of funny because look at all the band members. They kind of look like they belong in different style bands in a way. Like this dude is totally metal, and Kat's got this kind of like, I don't know, Western burlesque type thing going on. And then, well, that guy's like a mime, and this guy looks like he belongs in Social D or something. I don't know. But yeah, this one's, I still like it. It's more polished than their debut. I forget what their debut is called. Shoot. But the reissue I think is on Radiation, maybe. Anyway, this particular album gets kind of mixed ratings. It's more straightforward hard rock / pop. The hard rock thing usually isn't up my alley, but Kat saves it for me. Check out the song Ain't That a Lot of Love. I mean, there's so many good ones on here, and I just, yeah, I dig it, even though a lot of people kind of bash it. So that was a nice find. Next is The Jazz Butcher. So this one's on Creation. Yeah, The Jazz Butcher, this will be my, I don't know, it could be my fourth piece in the collection from The Jazz Butcher. This is Fishko Tech. It's from 1986. And look at the sticker on the bottom here. It says Lou Reedy stuff. If you like these guys, try Close Lobsters, The Wedding Present, and Orange Juice, and other Britpop indie bands. And that's pretty accurate, I would say. So I usually pick up whatever I can by this band. Rest in peace, Pat Fish. He passed away a few years back. Yeah, this is their fourth album, something like that. If you start here, yeah, do that. This is definitely the place to start with the band. It's one of their best records in my opinion. So this is jangle pop, indie pop, neo psychedelia. Really fits in with that 80s era. So the 80s like indie bands. Check out the song Susie, Keeping the Curtains Closed, Next Move Sideways. It's all really good. So glad to own it. So check out The Jazz Butcher if you haven't. This one is also special. It was special for me to find. So this is The Chills, and again, another band that I kind of collect whenever I see them. So this is their, and this is very exciting for me. So yeah, if you watch my channel, you know that I've covered Jangle Pop and did a whole series on it. So this is their Lost EP. I think it's their first EP, right? If you have the Kaleidoscope World collection or compilation, all the songs from this are on that. So you probably don't need to get that or this as well, but you know, I had to have it. So this band is from New Zealand. They were highly influential. Martin Phillips actually just passed away in July. Very sad. And I don't remember if it was announced what he passed from. I think it was suddenly though, and he was pretty young, around 60, give or take. And yeah, this band was part of the Flying Nun, Dunedin sound. They've got like that jangly, psychedelic pop type thing going on. So yeah, This Is the Way. That's one of their most well-known songs. That's the first track off of this. I'm trying to show the labels when I can. This one is on Homestead Records. So yeah, I believe this is an original. It's got the little cutout right there. Whole Weird World is another track I really like. Just a great little EP that I was able to finally find. Oh, this one's so cool. All right. I also have covered the post-punk genre pretty extensively. And it's so awesome that I found this. So I never thought I would find this in the wild. This is one of my most sought after post-punk records for a while on my Discogs wish list. Wow, let's see if I can get through filming this video. This feels very unnatural to me, but then again, filming myself always feels unnatural, but it's weird doing this again. This cover is really cool, right? And it's a gatefold. Original UK pressing. And this is kind of weird stuff, you guys, but if you've watched my channel, like I am kind of into the weird post-punk stuff. And this is also kind of new wavy. So this is Punishment of Luxury, if I didn't already say that, and the album is called Laughing Academy. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I only found out about this through you people here in the vinyl community. I get so many fantastic recommendations from you, so thank you for that. This one's definitely more obscure post-punk, which I appreciate. And I also shared this on my Instagram a few months back. It's very odd. There's such a big sound to the album though. The guitars are loud and crunchy. There's great bass lines. The lyrics can be pretty out there. But again, if you like this genre and this one slipped by you, check it out for sure. Okay, another band I really love that I don't really see original pressings out in the wild is The Wipers. And I guess I should have taken these all out of their sleeves first before filming. But this is Follow Blind. So this is the one that came after Land of the Lost, right? So it's very rare that I see original Wipers albums. I think in the Northwest, I surmise you can find their stuff a little more easily, obviously. But yeah, Greg Sage and the Wipers, love them. This one and the next one that I got they aren't as highly rated as their first like 3 or 4, but I think both of these records are underrated in their catalogs. With this band, you're consistently gonna get just like some choice guitar riffs and licks, you know. So I like several songs off this one. The Chill Remains, Let It Slide. This is on Restless Records. Try to keep some of these in order. So this one is The Circle, another one I just, you know, never see in the wild. And this one's also on Restless Records. This one, a lot of people, I was reading reviews, and again, a lot of people don't give this one enough credit. I think Sage's vocals are extra strong on it. Time Marches On and True Believer, those are really good tracks. Make or Break, that's another one I like. So yeah, The Wipers, really cool to see those at the store. I don't think I would have found those here in town. Okay, next one, I showed this one on my Instagram. I'm just going to leave this one in the sleeve. So this is Sister Feelings Call. And I would have preferred to have found the version with this and Suns and Fascination, I think it's called. And I've been looking for that particular version with like the whole package, like those two, for a long time. And I just was like, you know what, I'm finally seeing this one, so I'm gonna pick this one up. And it was $11.99. This is the 1987 US version, so it's a reissue. So yeah, I really like this band, especially their early stuff. This is the one that came after Empires and Dance, right? Which I also have. Yeah, their early stuff really speaks to me. Anything pre-Sparkle in the Rain, I really like. So the opening track is an instrumental theme for Great Cities. That's so good. Wonderful and Young Life is another standout track for me. So can't go wrong with early Simple Minds. And I think that originally came out in 81. Someone here will correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Bauhaus. This is their last studio album, Burning from the Inside. I had the CD of it. Yeah, kind of a bummer it wasn't an early press, but I kind of should have read further into that. But I guess Peter Murphy was sick with pneumonia during the recording of this album. I personally love their first 2 records the most, probably. There are many highlights on this though, and you know, of course, Tones on Tail and Love and Rockets are the bands you should check out as well if you're into Bauhaus. But the song that's most well known is She's in Parties. I also really like Honeymoon Croon, Hope. The thing about this record though is it's kind of an odd and inconsistent listen. It's kind of a mixed bag, but still worth having. I mean, I still enjoy this record if I'm in the mood for it. So yeah, that's kind of all the stuff I got from Leech Pit. Really dug their selection. Check them out if you're ever in Colorado Springs. So the next store we checked out in Colorado Springs is a store called Tiger Records. And again, like, I just got a bunch of stickers and whatever. So I'm kind of giving them a proper shout out. The owner was really kind, very talkative, which, you know, I kind of prefer when I'm at a store just kind of browsing at my own leisure. So the Damned are my favorite punk band, so I was happy to find this 12-inch single of Anything. Yeah, this one I haven't seen before, and I tend to pick up whatever I see by the band, given that it's affordable, of course. I have the studio album of Anything, the original UK, like, limited edition pressing of it, where you open it up, it's a gatefold, and there's like a pop-up picture thing of the band. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but it's a pretty cool piece. So, yeah, this is, you know, a good little companion to that album, and I can do without the song The Year of the Jackal. It's just like an instrumental, but I like the rat mix of Thanks for the Night that's on here. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say this is totally necessary, but if you're a completist for the Damned, yeah, you should get that. Alright, my last pickup from Tiger Records is this one from Clock DVA. This is a really rare and cool post-punk record that I thought I'd never run into in the wild. So hey, it was a good trip. And this is Clock DVA's Thirst, and it's from 1981. This is an original UK press. Or is this? Yeah, 1981. And it's on, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place right now. This is on Fetish Records, is that right? I think so. Anyway, be patient with me, you guys. But yeah, this is so good. If you like Bauhaus, the fall, check this out. There's more going on here. It's very interesting. There's like jazzy elements thrown in. Definitely a contender for a favorite post-punk albums list for me anyway. I'm gonna be looking for their next few albums after this, I think, too. So branch out and check this out, seriously. If it's another post-punk one that's not really too well known, it's more in the rabbit hole of post-punk, and I love it. Alright, so next, what are these from? This one is from a store called Earth Pig. I think it was called Earth Pig Records, again in Colorado Springs. And yeah, I didn't have this one on vinyl previously, surprisingly, so hopefully I won't get censored. But this is Surfer Rosa by Pixies, of course. So I will be quick on that cover. And this is, I think, either the 2004 or the 2006 reissue. It's on 180 gram vinyl, but I bought it used there. The weird thing is I can't even find my CD of Surfer Rosa, which is strange. So I don't know what happened to that, but I probably have had that since high school. Anyway, this album was my introduction to the Pixies, so it's probably my favorite, and I just love the drums, like that gunshot snare sound that Steve Albini like brings to the forefront. It's so good. But I'm gonna keep this short because I can't really say anything that hasn't already been said about Surfer Rosa. It's a classic, and you all have probably heard it by now. So we're just going to keep it at that. So the next two I picked up at this store called What's Left Records, and this was a pretty unique store because they had like a large metal section, but they also carry plenty of other good stuff too. And I just think, yeah, they specialize in metal, but their used section, I found some goodies. So I found this Elvis Costello and the Attractions, 50,000 Elvis fans can't be wrong. Yeah, I had never seen this before, and to be honest and transparent, I haven't listened to this one yet because we got home just not that long ago. It just intrigued me because it's like an unofficial bootleg release, and I don't even think I've logged this yet into my Discogs. There's outtakes on the first disc here, and then the second one is a live show at the Agora, Cleveland, December 5th, 1977. So that just kind of piqued my interest that, you know, there's so much material on this, and I paid $20 for it. If you have this, let me know what you think of it. I'm curious to spin it. I'll probably spin it this weekend. So yeah, I'm excited to dig into that. I think I was reading on Discogs that the sound quality is actually pretty decent, so we'll see. Alright, the next one, a punk pickup. This is Vice Squad, and I had never seen this release, so this is their a collection of their BBC Sessions material, and I do have 2 more records by them I'll show in a little bit, but this is an Italian pressing from 1998 on Get Back Records. This is female-fronted punk. They've had several lineup changes and different singers. Their original drummer, Shane Baldwin, he wrote this nice little write-up on the back cover there, and I just found out that he died back in January of this year. So yeah, that's pretty sad. I guess he had a bad fall and he never really recovered from that. He was immobile for several years, and I think he died from heart failure. But yeah, just great band. They contributed a lot to punk in the 80s, and Becky Bondage, she was the original singer. I actually like her the most. Let me show the other releases I have real quick. So this is another one. I have this Riot City Years. It's kind of a compilation of sorts. It has 1 track from a BBC session, and the rest is like demos, and there's an EP on here. I don't know if there's live stuff on demos. Yeah, so it's kind of a nice little collection to have. And then I have this album, Shot Away, and this is what their other singer, Leah. I was trying to see when this one came out. I think it's like their mid-80s period. But Leah on vocals. I don't know her last name, but it's still good. Yeah, I like her voice too, but I prefer Becky Bondage. Alright. So those are the 2 that I got, or I'm sorry, yeah, those are the 2 releases I got from What's Left Records. So that was cool. The next store I had never been to. We took a little road trip to Lincoln, which is just an hour south of Omaha here, and I had not visited their record stores in Lincoln in maybe 1.5 to 2 years. It had been a while, so I was like, you know, let's go down there. It's time. And there was a new store, or at least new to me. It's called First Day Records, I believe, and I mean, that's a contender for my favorite store in Lincoln now. The selection was so good. So I got this reissue by That Dog, totally crushed out. It's their 2nd album, and yeah, this Anna Warrenker is on this band. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but lately I think she's done some soundtrack stuff, and this is the 2nd album by That Dog. Originally came out in 95. This is the 2020 reissue. I remember That Dog from the album that came out after this, and I think it was called Retreat from the Sun. But yeah, this is really good too. It's a good mix of ballads and alternative pop. There's some good harmonies. So yeah, I was happy to find that, because I think that's actually kind of harder to find now. At least I've never seen that reissue of it, so it's pretty cool. Oh, and then my Close Lobsters. Close Lobsters are probably in my top 10 bands of the 80s, and overall they're probably up there too as far as my favorite bands ever, but I think this is maybe their first 12-inch single. It's Going to Heaven, See If It Rains. I was happy to see something from the Close Lobsters because it's very rare that I do, and especially locally. So this is a UK press, and there's the other tracks on there. So good. As far as indie pop, kind of 80s jangle, great melodies. I mean, they had the stuff, and actually I think their new, I think it's an EP. I think it comes out this month, maybe. I want to pick it up if it's affordable. I swear, you guys, anything that's like a new album that's only, okay, like I have a beef with Bandcamp and shipping, but I get it. Like, I want that, but I think I would pay, like, I would have to pay 40 or 50 bucks for it. Seriously. So I might just opt for the CD version when it drops. We'll see. Alright, the other pickup I got from First Day Records. I really hope I got the name of the store right. Oh my god, that would be terrible. But I'll fix it. If it's wrong, I'll put it down below. So this is a cool comp. Some of my favorite 80s bands, again, and I've never seen this one. The comp is called Start Swimming, and my precious DVs are on there, as well as the bongos, as well as Bush Tetras, the Flesh Tones, and Ray Beats. Just killer stuff. And admittedly, I haven't spun this one too, because, like I said, I just got it over the weekend. But the DV songs that are on here are Death Garage and We Should Be in Bed. So kind of odd picks, but Telephoto Lens by the Bongos, I love that. That's on here. So this is going to be a fun listen. Check that out. And it was like $7 or $8. So hey, happy about that. Cool store, cool store. Okay, and now I'm going to cover what I picked up at the Omaha Record Show, which was actually earlier this month. And I'm filming this on October 30th. And I think the record show is on the 6th. So again, we missed the Omaha Record Show in April because it was the same week as, or the same day as that Denver record show back in April. So, I mean, the Omaha one was probably better, to be honest, but whatever. Yeah, this first one I got, more Pixie stuff. So I found their EP Valoria, and it's just got 4 tracks. It's really short, but I had to have it. I love side 2 with the cover of I've Been Waiting for You and The Thing. So yeah, this was definitely nice to have. It's an original copy, excellent condition. I paid $14 for it. Couldn't pass it up. I'm glad it's mine, and I also posted that on Instagram. Okay, next was one I've been looking for a while, and I was holding out for an original. I'm kind of a snob now in that I do prefer to have originals over the the reissues that have been coming out, because I have gotten some really bad, poor quality reissues as of late, and I'm just really disappointed. I feel like I'm wasting my money almost in some cases. But yeah, this is Bob Mould's first solo album, Workbook, and yeah, how exciting to run into that in early press. Such a brilliant artist, and I love kind of the folky and more subdued direction he took after Husker Du. I mean, there's even some cello on this. One of his best works for sure. And don't get me wrong, I love Husker Du, okay? But I mean, his solo career started off just so wonderful, right? This is excellent. Yeah, definitely up there as far as his catalog goes. My first Bjork piece in the collection. I guess I'm not going to take this out, but this is Homogenic, and originally came out in '97. This is a reissue that I got. Many say that this is the pinnacle of her career. I haven't heard all of her albums, so I can't say that confidently, but out of the ones I've heard, yeah, this is probably near the top for me. she's just got one of the most unique and beautiful voices. It's dripping with creativity. Such a lush sounding record, and since this one is so well known too, I'll kind of leave it at that to save some time, but I'm sure most of you are very familiar with that one. Okay, we're getting down to the last two, and I kind of didn't really do these in any order of preference, except the last one will be very high up there, kind of a grail. But this next one, Bonnie Prince Billy, I See a Darkness, and I think I bought this mainly for nostalgia because I listened to this one a lot in college along with his other album, or one of his other albums called Master and Everyone. Like, I listened to those on repeat. This is personal, deep, and dark. Obviously it's not a record to listen to on the daily. So, but I mean, I really enjoy this record if I'm in the mood, and really love the songs A Minor Place and Death to Everyone. But it's, yeah, this is a really strong, solid record. I think it's his first record too, right? I haven't heard anything recently from him. I should probably check some of his more recent stuff out, but that was nostalgia for me. So, alright, The Grail from the record show, which was awesome to find an original of Liz Phair's sophomore album, Whip Smart. Yeah, this is a gatefold. It's an awesome shape. Matador. Yeah, so I'll also mention, I don't think I mentioned this in my very last video, it was so long ago, but we did see Liz Phair December 5th of last year. She swung by, she played at the Holland Center, and honestly, it was one of my best concerts probably in the last 10 years. I mean, it might be in my top 3 of the last 10 years. She was that good. She sounded just superb. The band was on point. Just, yeah, the venue was perfect. It was a special night. So I really like this album. This one took a little bit to grow on me, especially after, you know, falling in love with Exile in Guyville. So, but I still, like, I grew to love it. I love this album so much. I think Supernova was a big hit for her on this one. But I love Alice Springs, X-Ray Man, Support System, Go West. There's a lot of, Cinco de Mayo, there's a lot of good ones on here. So, yeah, no sophomore slump from Miss Phair on this record. So that's it. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I can't see with my filming program there, but hopefully I can edit it down, whittle it down. But thank you for still being here. Again, it's strange filming again, and I hope I can get into more of a routine for filming videos. I know I have my stack of grails over there that I've been holding on to for a video for a year and a half, and that's going to be a long video, but I'm starting to prep for that. And of course, lots of awesome releases from 2024. I've been buying a lot of new albums, so I'm excited to kind of compile a video of my favorite albums of 2024 when the time comes here shortly, you know, in a month, 2 months. So we'll be doing that for sure, and thank you for still sticking around for my little channel here on the YouTubes. Alright, you guys, let me know what's going on. Look forward to reading your comments, and I will see you next time. Bye.